Day long while ago I walked down dirt road, stood in a time of great. Stone walls line the road, black and white cattle roamed in the fields, corn growed up straight. These times have changed since my young life. I never thought I'd see the day. Hey.
So I'm going to give you a quick shot of me and my dogs and what I have to carry. Come here, girls. Come here, Roxy. This thing is heavy. Water.
Neighbors pass by, smile, stop and talk to the cold weather on the day. Now these times change since I never.
Okay, so let me show you guys a few things. I was just explaining how the timeline after the angels fell the trees that they laid all about, all the branches and everything, and they had time to do this. Okay, and then they would fall. See them all on the ground? This may seem like a little piece, but this piece, there's nothing really visible right here. But this piece could be as large as a school bus or larger.
Day short while ago I stopped down dirt road.
And then after, when the flood came, it dispersed them all. And it broke all the pieces down. Remember I tell you, like this section's missing? But the flood came through and just wiped a lot of it away. And then the remnants are still laying where they are. These hills and valleys. But let me show you over here. All these pieces just didn't get spread around like this on their own, or broke up. They're not one full piece like this tree or a branch, because Sutton distributed the pieces and left the bigger ones where they are. And there could have been like a dam that dammed up, and a lot of them that's created like a mountain range where a lot of the tree and branches dammed up and created part of the mountains. But let me show you here. This is part of the source tree. That's just one section I can see from right here. But it goes all the way around. There's some of it over there. There's some of it back there. There's some of it back there. It's like being in the center of a hollow tree, like a caldera. It's pretty incredible. So once again, this is a repeat. But you see, for example, this piece, this little piece, that little piece, these pieces, they're everywhere. They're everywhere. We're on the top right now, so they used to be a part of one of these, and the flood came along, took these and brought them right, laid it right there like that. And look how high up this is. How deep were them floodwaters to cover these trees or the remnants? If you have a better suggestion on how it occurred. I already got a video that I shared from oh man, his name's Terry Truth. I forget his channel, but anyway, the timeline on the destruction of the trees. So they had to have laid on the ground for quite some time in weather to be able to do this, and then the floodwaters came. All right, well, I'm just gonna take a rest up here for a minute. I usually carry about 12 to 15 water bottles in there with their bowl. I don't have much on me now. I have a pickaxe, and I have a couple other things that are necessary for being out here. I'll give you one more shot of this. That's just part. And when you go to the monument, Mount Rushmore, the president's faces, it's all just part of the tree. That's all it is. I got a video on that, and you can see down to the left from George Washington, you can see where a large branch came out. Anyway, I'm going to take a break here, and I will continue in a bit. So I got to film part of this again because sometimes you don't come across things as extraordinary as this, especially things that don't have the moss and stuff on them that hide the color. So I just want you to take a good look at this. Hey, this is a different spot, but look at this. We're gonna walk around down here, and you know, some people would never get to see this in a lifetime. And see all the pieces and parts everywhere. All the pieces and parts. Let's look at this. It's truly amazing. Wow. Alright, now we're going to go down and we're going to go down there and look at the face of this. Okay, so hold on. Okay, so let me show you this. This section right here, that's just the center core. And this thing was hundreds, if not thousands of feet in diameter before it all broke apart. Now let me show you here. Okay. You look right here. You're gonna see the rings as if you were looking at it down at a stump and seeing the rings. All this over here is gone. All this, who knows how thick it was, is gone. Just this small section remains. And you see the radius rings as if they would go around this like that. So much is gone, and these used to come all the way up and around. There used to be more on top that would go around. But that's a pretty good example. That's the inner core. And that's just part of a branch that goes back. And then it just goes on and on and on. As far as the eye could see. Let me come over here and see if I can get a shot of the part of the remaining upright. Well, you can kind of see it through there. And over here to the left. That's just part of it. Everything under this, in this valley, under this grassland, is the same thing. You see how the grass here, the ground is kind of, all these little lumps and bumps, it's being consumed by the earth. And then you see pieces and parts sticking out, like over here. Okay, so when you see the hills and valleys like this, and so a large branch falls, okay? A large branch. Well, that's not large, but these ones, the petrified biblical trees were. So say this branch here was hundreds of feet in diameter, or circumference, across, not circumference, diameter. And then it fell, and all the other branches that branch off that branches would be the twigs, and that's what you get for the hills and valleys. Okay, so in between this V would be a valley. You see in here, you got a hill, that branch, and you got a valley, and you got a hill. Same here. You got a branch, a hill, a valley, a hill. This is a perfect example of what's happening here, but on a massive, massive scale. This is just part of one right here. More of it's under the ground. We're just going to go right down here and look at this one, then we're going to go back to this other area. This is so massive. This is like a 10-story building right here. This is so weathered and worn, you can still kind of see some of the rings that it survived as it would go around. But this isn't just this spot. Hey, get over here! It's everywhere. It's worldwide. Look at this. It's pretty incredible. That piece right there is about 5 stories tall. And that is just one of them little pieces. They're chasing the chipmunks. So do you understand about the hills and valleys? So when a large branch would fall, let me see if this is dead here, hold on. Nope, it's alive. So if this was a branch right here and it had all the smaller branches coming off of it, each branch would be a hill, and in between each branch would be a valley. And that's all it is. All right, we're going to pause it a moment. So I know this is a repeat for a lot of people, but all these little pieces you see are just part of the tree, the fibers. You come up here, you see there, it's just how the tree breaks down. And you come over here, yeah, all these little pieces with the flat edge and the ledges. And this is a small one. This would be one of them gaps you can walk through. It's a small one. Some of them, the pieces are so large. I'm gonna try to maybe get this piece of wood to the truck. Right here. It's kind of far and it's kind of heavy. Do I really want it? That piece I was showing you, where it had partial rings and then the center core was similar to this. This is the remnants of a cedar tree. But that and these are remnants of the branches. But this is what I was talking about, where you were able to see a few of the surviving rings in that one piece. Okay? Alright, I'm gonna do some more hiking over there, so hold on. So this is kind of a repeat for a lot of people, but this is kind of similar to what happens to the tree. Okay, you could still see the rings in there. And then sections like this have fallen off. You see the rings in there. And then they fall down like this. Hold on a minute. Now this piece you see right here, you see the rings in there. You see all the, it's kind of like fibers, the rings. Okay, they're kind of like what I would consider fibers. And then they break down like this, and you get the flat edges and the ledges. Okay? This is such a small piece compared to this 18-inch tree right here. And then they continue breaking down. One piece like this could be one massive hillside. Like, we're gonna walk this whole hill right here, all the way down, cut across, and cut up on there. But that hill over there is like one of these pieces. It's not a whole tree, it's just pieces that are broken down. And then you'll see that over time, this piece will break off, and they keep breaking apart into pieces like fibers. Okay? So It's a repeat for a lot of people, but I just wanted to show that. What you're seeing here is not one tree, it's just bits and pieces of trees that were miles and miles in diameter. All right, we're gonna head on up here, walk all the way down. So I need to get up there first, hold on. So I made it to the base of that hill that goes all the way down. But I just wanted to show you to take a look around here. This is a repeat too of all the branches and parts of the tree all laying around. And then you got, this is real lumpy because there's branches and stuff underneath it that the earth is consuming. Kind of like right there. And this lumpy part, it's everywhere. So this little mound right here is like one of them sections that I just showed you. And then if we walk over here, and I told you how the rings are kind of like fibers, and how they break off in pieces. And you know, just as a reminder, that these cedars, they were so large, not everything is going to look like this. You had knots like this that was probably larger than a 5-10 story building, and some of it is kind of like monolithic. So you see here how these are just pieces and parts and like fibers. Grace. Roxy. Okay. So I just wanted to explain that to you. So, and look at this piece here. This is a piece of cedar that's not petrified. They just break down in so many ways. It's truly amazing. But when I get up high enough, I'll show you part of the remaining tree, kind of like this stump here. You'll see part of the remaining source tree for all this stuff. See, they're like fibers that come off right here. And then just like the president's faces, that's all part of what's remaining upright. They just picked an area and carved the faces in it, like right here. That's all it is. Alright, let's see what's around this corner before we head to the top of this hill. Yeah, see, that's just one little piece. But see, at one time, all this was here. This thing was so massive, went all the way up and around. And so much has fallen away. Here you can kind of see part of the radius of the rings going around. Not all pieces you can see that. A lot of it looks like the end of a stump. But when you get to the side of it, you can see like part of the rings, the fiber. Kind of like right here. And right here through the trees. Just like you would see in this. There's one of them little pieces. Just like in the cedar from today, all the grooves in it. And you see here, this is starting to do that. And then they petrified due to the water. These are tiny little pieces, but it's just what happens. See, it doesn't look like there's much around here because all this field, but it's everywhere. It's literally everywhere, and it's buried underneath this ground. See the rings going around? That's just a small section. These probably continued way up here, way down. Just pieces and parts of the branch. And you see inside there, they're like fibers. All right, we're gonna head on up there. So I actually found this stump right here just to give you a visual. But you got to remember, these are parts of the branches. So you see the rings, part of the radius here. All this was connected at one time. All this was massive. And then pieces broke off and dispersed. So you see right here, okay? So this is a stump and the rings go this way. Not always, but most of the time. So if you were to put that piece up there, the rings here are going in a semicircle. Same as that. This would be like one little piece of the rings here going around. And then all the rest of it's gone. It's just what happens. All right, well, we're going up there this time for sure. So hold on. So I know it might seem like I'm bouncing around, but I'm just kind of filming as I go along today. But I wanted to show you a little bit more of this. So we're still kind of on the top, and it does this all the way down until you get to like the face of it, and you see the massive sections. But this is actually a better view of the part of the remnants of the tree, the remains, what's still standing. And all that over there is the same as over here. Nothing changes. And it goes, like I say, all the way around over to there. You can see through the trees. All the way around. And it's all like this. Everything. And this is not the correct color. I got a few videos on the color on this, or sections in the video that show the true color of this. Some of this down here kind of shows some of it. It's got shade there, but it's just got that moss leaching. So it's kind of difficult to distinguish the true color. I'll see if I can peel a piece off somewhere and show you what the color is underneath. So we're starting to descend. Yeah, it's pretty incredible. But I got some much better places I'm gonna go. I got a couple more weeks here. I just want to come here because my truck is no good in any kind of weather. And they got a storm coming in tomorrow, so I wanted to get this spot out of the way. Let me come right over here. Let me pause it till I get down over here. Well, I didn't want to keep this first day video too long, but because I'm going to upload them as I do them every day. It's too overwhelming to have 2 weeks of footage, and I'm just going to do them unedited since I got all my other stuff out there. But you can see we're on the top here, and we're starting to descend down, and I'll show you what the face. I mean, I don't know if you can see between the trees, but way down here is where we need to go. We're hundreds of feet up. If you were just go vertical from that ground down there, possibly thousands of feet. But as you descend, we'll just go down this way. I'll show you. You start getting into the face of the bigger pieces. Shit. See, and they all break off with flat edges. So here's a good sized piece. Hold on, girls. Right there. So we're gonna come around over this way. Come on, girls. We're coming down. Yeah, this is pretty incredible. Yeah, we are literally hundreds of feet up. And I showed you up there on that tree, we were talking about the flood and the timeline between when they were destroyed and how they could distribute all these massive building-like pieces. That's, you know, you just have to be here in person to see it. I mean, it's worldwide, but it's just so prominent right here. That's why. See, there's a modern-day cedar tree. It's just the remnants. Okay. So watch this. Just stay with me here. Show you some crazy stuff. Look at this. And it goes down and down and down. So all this right here, all used to be one large branch. And it all got distributed during the flood. We're going to try to go around over here, but we got to go down this way. But I'm just keeping this running so you guys can hopefully see what I see. Oh, that was a nice little slide. Hold on a moment. These pine needles can get pretty slick. I'm going to go down over here. And they go around over there. I think. Hold on. See, we're on top right here of some of it. So I'm going to go down there. I'm going to keep filming until I get down there on the road and show you this piece, the face of this. But and you see right here, it's just all these pieces and parts. Yeah, I just slid right here, and that don't look any safer. So let me go down right here where I got a little more solid footing. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work either. I just got to get down and show you. Here, look at. Hey, Grace. Hey, Grace. Them are some happy dogs. Hold on a minute. Wow. Oh, shit. It is pretty steep right here. Let's try this. Okay, we're almost there, so hold tight. Shoo! Gosh. It's incredible. just goes on and on and on. All right, we're gonna go to a different spot. Okay, this is one of the last two things I wanted to show you. The other things behind the hotel here. So this is all petrified wood, okay? It's been smooth and rounded and discolored. And that's the petrified sap, okay? This also comes from the tree. This is the petrified wood. This is something else that was in the tree. Similar to the sap. That came from the tree. But we know what that is. This came from the tree. All of that, part of that mica. All part of the tree. Okay? Just gonna go around one more time, just do an overview. These are just part of them pieces that come off, them little pieces. It's all part of the tree. As well as many other different stones, gems, minerals. See here, all the mica inside, it crystallized and did that. This here, all part of the tree. The trees were pretty special. Looks like some of it's turned into coal or something. But you see like the fibers in it right here. All of this. Alright, I'm going to pause it. We're 30 miles away from where we were, and you see it's all the same. I'll just keep you walking with me so you can see. See, when people come through here, they don't look. They just they go to Crazy Horse. They go to the monument, and maybe they'll go to the Badlands. Other than that, that's it. This is all the same. Just all tree remains. Up there, there's tons of quartz veins, but it's the petrified sap. Some places are more prominent than others. That's the same thing that's out front. All of this coming down through there. All of this. It's everywhere up here. Well, you come over here. Let me see. All of that is petrified sap. It runs out all the way along there. And that's what would be considered a quartz vein. That they look for the gold, the silver, or whatever. So maybe I'll climb up there. Now, I'm too tired to do that. It's been a long day. Let me stand back here. You can see it runs all the way back up in there. I'm gonna have to go up there. Hold on. So you're gonna have to excuse the breathing. That was one hell of a climb. Anyway, we're just gonna start right here and show you. This is all petrified wood. Okay? And we're gonna show you that ridge that goes down. So hold on a moment. So it's everywhere up in here. See right here. But you're gonna see more of this. But this is crazy. So we're looking at it from the top, and you'll see this is like the mica. The wood is the mica. Right here, this is pieces of wood. Right here. It's the same as this. You see that? This is all wood. But it's mica. And this is all quartz mixed with a type of granite, but it's all the same. It all comes from the same place. You see this goes all the way down. And you see the wood in it. Okay, I'm not going to go down any further, but just wanted to show you that. Well, once again, I thought I was done, but I just wanted to show you this. The sap. And if you get the crystallized sap that's in the trees today, it's identical. Not that I needed that to know, but it's pretty self-explanatory that this is all petrified wood from the giant trees. Look at this. That doesn't even look petrified. It's pretty incredible. And there's the sap. The sap, it runs all through it. Come over here. It runs all through it. All the way down. This is not a deposit. And there you go, there's your petrified wood. And there's part of the ridge from the top side running down. But you can see it everywhere up here when you come up here from down there and look up. But I wanted to come back up here because it's kind of crazy, because this does not, so much of this doesn't even look petrified. Looks just like old barn wood. It's pretty incredible. Shit. Look at this, man. And this, like I said, it is, as far as the eye can see, the same exact thing. So here I want to show you this, how there's just different parts to the tree. And I showed you on that one that had the sap on it. But This is what's recognizable as the tree, but this is part of it also. And so is this. But you come around here on this side, could have been part of a knot or something. Come over here. I mean, it's endless. There's part of the source tree. I'll get a better shot from it. We're gonna go over here. Just wanted to show you that. Yeah, it's pretty incredible. All right, I'm gonna pause it a moment. Okay, so it's getting a little breezy here, but I want to show you where we're gonna go. You see that large piece right there? That thing is so massive. We're gonna go up there and take a look at that. We're also gonna go over to here and see what that is over there. So when I get over there, we'll continue. But look at this thing. It is just so massive. That's just a small piece. I come around here real quick. Let's see what this says. Just no motorized vehicles. It is the National Forest. And I got all that stuff in the back of my truck. Look at that. That's pretty amazing. And there she is, standing proud. All right. We'll continue when we get on over there. Okay, so we came to this area down here, and I haven't been up there, so I'm going to show you. You're going to see what I see in real time, but I want to reiterate that some of my videos show the quartz coming. That's the petrified sap. But here I'm going to show you some other things that come from the tree. Okay, so this right here, I don't know if you can see it, glistening and glimmering. Has a lot of mica in it. This all comes from the tree. Okay, so let's go up a little bit. You see all the quartz in here. This comes from the tree. It's kind of like a granite. Oh boy. All this right here is discolored. These are big chunks of sap. It's like this right here, all this. This is the same, it's just covered with the moss. You get inside and it's white, it's just covered with, this whole thing is solid white like this. like this. This little piece right here that you can't see white, it's just the moss that's on it. It's the same thing as all this. All them mica flakes, like right here, all that, all comes from the tree. This here is solid white, it's just got the moss on it. The whole thing is white like that. And there's a little snake hiding. I'm glad I seen him. It's not a venomous one. He's just minding his own business. I'm gonna get him out of there. So hold on. There we go. And there he is. Just some kind of wood snake or something, I don't know. It's just a gardener snake. That's all it is. There he goes. Yeah, he's just out there minding his own business. You see that there? That comes from the tree. This is all quartz. You see all that mica stuff? That's all part of the tree. Okay, so we're gonna walk along this ridge right here. So hold on, and then we're gonna get over to that big piece right there. So hold on. Okay, so we made it over here. There's a freaking cave. I don't know if anything is in there, but you see up here. Come here, Roxy, out of there. Go. Come here. See all this shiny, glittery stuff? I don't know if it's gonna show up. But someone's been in there. Or Grace, come here. I don't have what I need on me. If there was something in there, hold on a minute. Just gonna see if I can see any tracks. Wow, this is pretty incredible. So you see all this stuff? That's all part of the tree. So someone was digging in here for something. Yeah, you probably ain't gonna be able to see. And it ends right here. Yeah. So let me turn around. I don't know if you can see. That all comes, it's part of the tree. Huh, that's pretty crazy. That's hard rock mining. And all this mica you see out here, like this, in flakes, comes off in little sheets. This is all part of the tree, like it crystallized and petrified. It could have been part of the bark. You know, here, the bark, if you look, it's in layers just the same. But I'm sure everybody has seen mica. But that's all it is. It's part of the tree right here. Alright, so we're going to keep on. So this whole pile right here that I'm standing on came out of there. They were looking for precious gems and metals in there. Alright, I'm going to pause it till I get down the way. Okay, so I want to show you a couple things right here. So this is one massive piece of quartz. And it has the mica in it. But this is part of the wood. that was somehow incorporated with the sap. You could see it. I can see it. I don't know how well the camera will see it. Like all this, it's just all part of the wood that petrified and like crystallized into this mica. I got a couple pieces right here. Maybe it'll show you a little better. Right here, all this. Let's go right here. It's all part of the tree. Could have been part of the bark. It's hard telling. It's pretty incredible. This is all part of the tree right here. The whole thing. I'm going to pause it until we go right here. Hold on. Okay, so this is just more of it, but all this right here. I showed you how that you've seen part of the tree and then the white piece of rock. When I get back to the hotel room, I'll show you a better example. Oh, we got some kind of animal here. It's probably hard telling what it is. Yeah, it's hard telling what ended its life right here. Well, if anybody kind of knows what that looks like, what kind of animal, it's hard telling. Don't have any canines. There's none there, so it's hard telling. Maybe something crawled under here and died, or who knows. Anyway, see what the tree's doing? It's pretty crazy. Alright, we're gonna move on. So as I was walking up a little bit, so this is a little den for something. Could be a den for a cat, but it's not real big, but maybe just a temporary one. So you see in here, it's got all the bones inside there from that skull, this cavern. Okay, and then it kind of continues right over to here, and then you come right over here where I found the skull, and it's like a little cavern. But what's cool also is cool, you see all the, that's all quartz, it's all petrified sap. So the only thing that I could think that would lay in there would be a cat that took his little meal inside there just temporarily. It's definitely not his den. But you see here, it's probably a deer, because here are the lower jaws. But that didn't look like a deer skull. That's a different skull, actually. Hold on. Yeah, so I set it right here, so I don't know. Maybe that's the upper of the deer. Not real sure. And then there's more of it over here in this little cubby hole, this little den. Could be a bobcat, who knows? But there's the lower jaw and all the other pieces and parts that the cat was gnawing on. Pretty interesting. It's definitely not here now. Anyway, that's what's cool about being out here and just kind of exploring. You find all kinds of different things. But that big rock's just right here. So I'm going to pause it till we get up there. Okay, that large rock is back behind me. But I just wanted to show you here, there's part of the remaining tree. But I told you how all these pieces did this after the trees were destroyed, and then during the flood, these pieces got dispersed. Because I mean, this whole land I'm standing on, going down for who knows how far, possibly miles. But these ones here just lay on top randomly. There, one right back there, one here, one over there. They're everywhere. So when the flood came, it just washed them away, and they just landed there. Okay? And you got pieces here, the whole area over there. I mean, it's everywhere. See the mountain in the background? That continues all the way around, all up here, all the way up to there, to the part of the mother tree, I guess. You know, when you read Ezekiel 31, it talks about Assyrian, the giant cedar, where the branches shadowed entire nations. You know, you really gotta think outside of the box these days with all the lies we've been told, especially like the geographical areas. Is one place different than what they say it is? I wonder if this was just that giant cedar tree that was miles and miles and miles that was destroyed. You know, it's God, it's hard telling. I mean, you go back here, okay? You go back there to that mountain range. You go all the way back there to them ones, back here. It's all the same. It's like the perimeter. And like I say, this is not isolated to this area. It's worldwide. Anyway, I'm gonna pick up my stuff, and I mean, I could walk that. I could walk any direction and run into all this stuff just endlessly. So I'm gonna do a little walk around to this and see what there is to show you. So hold on. So I don't even know where to begin at the size of this and the vastness of it. This piece right here, all this in front of me to that rock is missing. And it just goes on and on and on. And then you got trees growing out of the petrified tree remains. It's crazy. You go all the way up over there. It's just endless. Right there. This is so massive. All these pieces and parts here. I can't even begin to tell you how large this is. Jeez almighty. Let me see here. God, this thing is like freaking so massive. Shit. And I'm standing on a bunch of them. You go down there in front of this one, and it's the same as this. Holy smokes. And I showed you here. Let me pause in a minute until I get over there. Hold on. Okay, I'm trying to carry rocks and a hammer, and so there's one of the gaps you could walk through. This thing here is so massive. And I told you it's like the fibers. That don't even look petrified right here. Looks like driftwood. Gee. Yeah, that does not even look petrified. Oh, how crazy is this? Hold on. Sorry about spinning around. Just trying to get a better angle for you. This is so massive. That's at least 60, 70 foot tall. Tell you what, we'll go down here in the front of all these right here and you see what they look like on top, because they've been rounded and smooth. And I guarantee you, they'll look just like that. Wow. Alright, hold on. Okay, so that piece right there. So let me back up. So you know by now how they're like fibers, the wood, how they break apart. Okay, and that piece right here is probably 5 by 6 feet. This one here is probably 20 foot by 10 foot. But pieces like this are larger just out in the middle of nowhere. It's because they weren't stone when they got dispersed. Okay? And you come here, this is, you see under here, this is kind of like a knot right here. See that? And there's part of a ring laying right there. Let's go up there a little bit. You can see a lot of the characteristics of the wood, because it doesn't get a lot of water. How crazy is that? So that whole section right here broke off. Like this piece is getting ready to break off. But this was a knot. A massive part of a massive knot. And this is just one tiny piece, section of a one ring. Holy moly. And I'm showing you how like the fibers are. I'll put a picture in here of how wood is, the way it breaks down. Providing it's straight grain. If not, you get into all kinds of different things. Look at that tree ring. This is really incredible. You see here, these are like the fibers. You could cut a whole section of this off and make like one of them tabletops. You know, if you could see the vastness, the size of these, it is just beyond incredible. Oh. And then when you get exposed areas like this where you can actually see like the inside wood grain, it's pretty incredible. Look at this. And this is a massive piece, but it's small compared to the tree that it came from. Eventually, someday, this is going to separate here and it'll fall down there. I'm still going to take you down to the in front of here where we're standing. But just keep in mind about how it's like fibers. I know I keep repeating myself. That's how you're able to get these chunks off. And I've put a picture in here. I'll put another one. It's just the way the tree breaks down. Some of these rings were feet thick. I'm talking feet thick for a ring. Look at this. This is pretty incredible. Let's look around it. My Lord. Huh. Glad I came over here. Alright, I'm going to pause it until I get down there. Wow. Let's look inside here. Some of the integrity of the grain still remains. It is just incredible. One more overview. I'll try to get a shot of this from down below. This thing is 70, 80 foot tall, and it's just a piece of the branches. It's not part of the main trunk. That was miles across, many miles. Oh, come on. All you hear out here is that bird. You hear it? And the panting of a dog. Alright guys, we're gonna go down here and look at the front of them, so hold on. Okay, we're just gonna take a walk over here. See here. Okay, I'm going to pause it till I get over here. Hold on. So here you can see part of the inner grain of the wood because this has some protection from the overhang. As you see, some of the inner grain of the wood. That doesn't even look petrified. It's pretty crazy.